So, you're getting ready for the IELTS exam, and that vocabulary section, it can feel like you're trying to climb this huge, impossible mountain, right? But what if I told you there's a smarter way to get to the top? A way that doesn't involve just memorizing endless lists of words. Well, that's what we're doing today. We are hacking the official Cambridge method to find out.
And for this, we're going straight to the source. Our guide is the official Cambridge Vocabulary for IELTS textbook. I mean, why not learn from the experts who actually help create the exam? This is the inside track, folks.
Does this look familiar? Just staring at pages and pages of words, trying to cram them all into your brain, and then poof, they're gone a week later. It's so frustrating, and you know what? It's just not a very effective way to learn.
But here's the good news. There is a much better way. The whole idea behind the Cambridge approach isn't about how many words you can memorize, it's about building a system. A system that helps you understand, remember, and, most importantly, use the vocabulary you learn.
Okay, so pillar number 1, and this is probably the most important part of the whole system, learning words in context. Seriously, this one change in how you study can completely transform your results.
So what do we even mean by context? Well, think about it like this. A word on a list is like a single puzzle piece. You have no idea where it fits, but when you see that same word in a sentence or a story, it's suddenly part of a bigger picture. Our brains are just wired to remember stories and connections, not isolated little facts. It just sticks. And check this out. This shows you exactly what I'm talking about. On the left, you've got a random list of words. Rewarding, sibling, relate. They're just floating there. But on the right, those exact same words are tucked into a reading passage about families. All of a sudden, they have meaning. They have connections. That's the power of context right there.
And the book is set up to help you do just that. The whole thing is structured around themes that you're super likely to see on the actual IELTS test. We're talking about things like growing up, health and exercise, the arts, design and innovation. So you're not learning random words, you're building this whole network of related vocabulary for each topic.
All right, let's talk about the second pillar. Because look, knowing a word is one thing, but being able to pull it out of your brain and use it correctly when the pressure's on, that's what gets you a high score. And that's all about practice. Practice across all 4 skills.
So here's a crucial mindset shift. You have to stop thinking of vocabulary as the separate thing you study. It's not. It's the fuel for everything else. It's the key that unlocks your potential in reading, writing, listening, and speaking.
Think about the reading section. When you have a rich vocabulary, you can sail through these complex academic texts about, say, stress and health. You understand the little details, the nuances, and you can answer questions way more confidently because you're not getting tripped up on unknown words.
Now, for writing, vocabulary is pretty much everything. The official grading criteria even have a special name for it: lexical resource. That's just a fancy way of asking how good and accurate are your words. A strong vocabulary lets you express your ideas with precision and build a really solid argument. And the listening test can be tricky, right? You often won't hear the exact same words that are written on the question paper. You'll hear synonyms, you'll hear things paraphrased. A big vocabulary is your secret weapon here for catching those key details, just like in this exercise.
And of course, the speaking test. This is where it's super obvious. Having a wide range of vocabulary is something they are literally grading you on. It's what allows you to talk about more complex topics with fluency and sound sophisticated, which is exactly what the examiners want to hear.
Okay, on to our third and final pillar. This is where we get really smart about learning. It's about moving beyond just learning one word at a time, and instead building a powerful language toolkit that helps your vocabulary grow exponentially.
Here it is. This is a total game changer. Don't just learn a single word, learn the entire word family. It sounds simple, but this one shift makes your studying so much more efficient.
And look how practical this is. Let's take a look at this table, which is adapted right from the book. If you learn the verb design, you can probably guess the adjective designed. If you know the noun innovation, you can easily get to the verb invent. It's like getting 3 or 4 words for the price of 1. I mean, who doesn't love a deal like that? And that toolkit just keeps growing. The Cambridge method also teaches you how to decode words using prefixes and suffixes, how to use a dictionary like a pro, and this is a big one, how to learn collocations. You know, those words that just naturally go together, like saying heavy rain instead of strong rain. It instantly makes your English sound more natural.
So let's pull all these threads together. What does this path to success actually look like when you put it into practice?
It's not magic, it's just about having a really clear, repeatable system.
Let's just say it one more time, because this is the most important takeaway from all of this. Forget about trying to memorize endless lists. Your goal is to build a personal system for learning that actually works for you, using these proven ideas.
And here it is, your whole system, laid out in 4 simple steps. It's a cycle. First, you discover new words naturally, inside a topic. Second, you immediately start using them in practice tests for all 4 skills. Third, you refine your understanding with your language toolkit. Word families, collocations, you name it. And finally, you just repeat the cycle. And every time you do, you're not just building vocabulary, you're building real confidence for test day.
So, the method is clear, the tools are right there for you. The only question left is, are you ready to stop memorizing and start building your own system for vocabulary success?